Well, I want to give room for the next comedian, and I owe him a lot. This comedian inspired me to do comedy. He inspires the world on different levels, spiritually, culturally, sexually. He is a big inspiration to all comedians in Rotterdam, though he's from Amsterdam himself. Side note, but can I get a very warm applause for Socrates?
Thank you so very much. Keep going there for Santino. His first time emceeing, he's doing a fantastic job. I think we should all be very proud of him. I did not help him in any way, shape, or form with that introduction. Very heartfelt, I think, at the very least. And, really glad to be here tonight, staring into the sun. Yeah. And it's a nice wholesome evening tonight. I think it's nice. You guys are brothers and your sisters and your aunts, etc. And it's in a non-porno related situation. So I think that's good. You know what I mean? I don't know what you guys' browsing history is, but mine's different. So yeah, I'm American. Yeah, appreciate that. Thanks. Nice. You guys are helpful. Actually, I'm not going to be American for very much longer, though. I actually just accepted my Dutch citizenship, so I'm going to soon give up my American citizenship. Slightly more caring, which I understand. And it's kind of cool. I'll become doing my Dutch thing here soon. I'm transitioning as well. Actually, Christos was searching for female comedians tonight, and so he gave me a call. I wasn't sure how to feel about that, you know. But the thing is, like, you know, as far as relationships, you guys are in your own relationships, and a lot of you don't seem to be masturbating except for the breaking up people, which are having a good time, which is the best way if it's not, you know, too sure how long you're together. But I mean, in my case, you know, I'm actually by myself for a while now, but I've been told, you know, to go fuck myself so many times that I think I'm pregnant. I'm identifying as a 6-month-old woman who's about 6 months pregnant. So, hey, appreciate that. But I came from Florida. Anybody been to Florida? Yes. You've been there? Where'd you go? Miami. Yeah, people love going to Miami where it's extra hot. And they sing it's hot, 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 and they mean it. It's brutally hot down there. What year were you there? 10 years ago? Yeah. I was there for about 20 years. It's similar to here in the fact that, like, it rains every day, but there it really rains, you know. And, like, we don't have winter time, but the thing that they have in Florida that we don't have here is fire season. Yeah, if you think rain sucks, you look outside the window and you see flames burning out there. You're praying for rain is all I'm saying. So for me, I don't complain about the weather. I know a lot of people bitch about the Dutch weather, but I personally, I came here for the weather, but I'm staying for the food. It's good, you know, people like it. I find it's all right for the most part. But, you know, one of my favorite Dutch words, learning this language is a difficult thing, but you all speak, you said you're born here? Yeah, so your Nederlands is fantastic. Yeah. But like my favorite Dutch word is that word for a little bit of rain, that miser, you know, because it makes you so miserable. But then the worst thing about miser, by the way, is if you are on fire, it doesn't help. You'll be still burning and slightly dim. Yeah. So like I said, my name is Socrates. I don't know if you know it or not, but I was named after my grandfather. And eventually, perhaps he was named after some other guy named Socrates. But he tried to warn the world years ago about the dangers of democracy. About how that if people did not know what they were voting for, that they could be convinced to vote for something stupid. I know it doesn't have any relevance today in the modern world here in the Netherlands, or Argentina, America. Yeah. I do have a question though. Why are crazy leaders always have weird hair? You know? And I know at the moment I'm a little ragged. I do have an appointment for the Capitals. If not, you know, you can elect me to something. But I noticed that you know, the Dutch system is interesting too. They went with another crazy haired person. I'm not sure exactly what the lesson was supposed to be. You know that democracy itself is a Greek word. You know, it comes from demo, to try out, and krisi, which is Greek for wine. Yeah, because if people just wanted to have some wine, they wanted a party, which is why all the different political groups are called parties. Yeah, that's why I vote for the Green parties, because nobody parties like the Green Party parties. And the fact that that's never gotten approval is one of the reasons they didn't do so well in the election. I ever said nobody parties like Cat Villas parties, everybody starts yelling, woo! Answer your problems. The strange thing is, apparently, though, the immigrants voted for Kurt. See, I figured the fact that he doesn't win proves the fact that there's not that many immigrants here. But somebody told me, no, the immigrants voted for Kurt. That's sort of a joke in of itself. But then again, I come from America. You know, we had to come up with a word for, like, you know, you have to come up with special words. Like, we had to come up with the word asshole, because you saw them all the time. Didn't know what to call these people. Asshole, it fits perfect. But like, we needed a word for mass shootings, which is 4 or more people. Because if you get shot in just a shooting, nobody cares. It's just not impressive. But like here in the Netherlands, they had to come up with a word for gezellig. Yeah, this wonderful warm thing we do together as a group, you know? And one person pulls out a gun and starts shooting. It's gezellig. It is, trust me, if it ever happens. They'll be like, hey, I wish we were on fire. But I've been living here for a while, like I said, and I was trying to learn my Dutch, and I found that they always say, you know, how hard it is to learn a language. It's not that hard, you know what I mean? It's not going to hurt you to learn a language, is it, right? Yeah, well, I learned this Dutch word, which was aangereden. Yeah, you crinkle your eyes. Aangereden. Aangereden. Aangereden.
Aankleden of
Aangereden, oh, aangereden. To be slammed into.
Oké, aankleden.
Yeah, in my case it was aangereden door de scooterklatser. You messed me up with my kledings now. And yeah, basically about 2 years ago, at the end of COVID, you remember that long phase of self-reflection? Got in touch with ourselves for a long time. Some of us more literally than others. But COVID finally ended, and I thought, you know, it was time for a new Socrates. I'd be my new, better self, having spent many, many months meditating, getting to know who I was, which was an odd person. But I left the house, happy to start a new world, and I came around a corner, and there was a scooter coming the other way on the feet path, on the bike path, and I tried to explain to him what he's doing wrong, but I didn't have time, so all I could say was, ah! And I went flying through the air like a bird. I landed like an octopus, and I took off as Socrates, but I hit the ground, and I was Brocates, so I broke my goddamn arm, and so that was the beginning of my free time. I changed my lifestyle, and 4 months later, or actually 8 months later, I finally had surgery, and they put in a whole bunch of screws and things like that, and then 4 months after that, I thought, hey, time for new Socrates, yay! They said, no, it turned necrotic. Yeah, necrotes. I was not happy at all for that thing, and a few months after that, back in August, I had me a stroke. Yeah, Strocates. So, when life gives you lemons, you should try to make lemonade. It doesn't really help, but what I say as a Greek, though, when life gives you lemons, you should make some fish. Because nothing goes better with fish than lemons, you know. But they say, though, if you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. But if you teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. I say, if you teach a Greek man to fish, he'll be glad when life gives him lemons. Because I'll have fish. And if you see a scooter coming, get the hell out the way. My name is Socrates. Thanks so much.
Oh my, give it up another time for Socrates.
Yeah!
Yes, I love this guy.